So far, I've only played jazz. The rest of the clinic, you're going to get some blasting death metal. So I'm just going to warn you now. I've muted the vocals for anyone that is completely offended by, if you want it, I can put them back in again. It might put me off. I can turn them down a bit if you want them. So we can have a show of hands and hopefully won't lose anybody. The other thing is, by lose people I mean leaving, not like dying on the floor, hopefully. Next thing quickly. So the next song I'm going to play is a song from an album I released last year called Withering Away and Laughing is the name of the song, by a band called UTOPIA. And essentially, I didn't write the bass parts for this. It was written by a guitar player who was essentially like, imagine Frank Zappa if he had a 7-string guitar.
Love it.
That's the idea, basically. And essentially, all the songs have been written almost like a flow of consciousness. So there are a couple of repeats in this song, but otherwise most of the whole album is just one kind of expression of like reality, basically. So everything's organic. Life doesn't repeat itself as such. Every plant, there's a new plant, but it's different to the parents. It's organic. It changes everything. Every time you look at a cloud, no one's ever going to see the cloud the same. It's that kind of, that's the concept. So this is very, very, very silly. It's 130 BPM. It starts off in 7/4. Later on, all the parts jump into like bars of 6/16, and then 4. Literally every bar is changing time signature at very fast tempos. So give it a go. My way to play time signatures is to try and, if the more you listen to odd time signatures, the more you will be able to hear them instantly, basically. So if you can hear. If you hear it a lot, essentially after time, you will start to just recognise, oh, that's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hearing 7s, 13s, 11s, all of these kinds of things. But it does involve listening to that kind of thing and trying to practice playing it a lot as well. Also trying to get used to some polyrhythms as well, so kind of like groups of 3/2. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This kind of thing. So let's play this very, very, very silly piece of music. Do you want vocals or not?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. It's some of the most outrageous vocals I've ever heard as well. He is a monster. Well, not literally, but it sounds like he is. I just want to check volume of vocals. They're in there. We're monsters. All right, cool. Let's give this a go. Got to change that. And that, and go. interlude, and then it's all easy at the end. We don't have to worry about that. All right. So, any questions about that?
How?
A lot of it's testing.
Okay, to be fair, an actual question. So when you just get given that,
Yeah.
where do you start?
So I got given that as notation, so just dots. So I had to then work out where am I going to play it. Essentially, it was the same as the. I've got the notes, and I've got to work out where am I going to play it. So what I've then had to do is try and find a fingering that works for me for everything. A lot of the time, my process is putting things into Guitar Pro as a record of essentially tab. I know I teach you not to do tab, but essentially the idea is that is then a record of the fingering.
Yeah.
But the priority is knowing what the notes are, and then I'm going, okay, I'm going to use that fingering, because most of the stuff, particularly with this album, it's not just, like we were saying, in one key. We're not just in G major for a bit and then we're in D major. It's not random notes, but it's almost random notes. So I almost have to imagine it as random notes, because and fingerings, because it's not, I can't go, oh, that's the major scale section, oh, we're in G major now, oh, that's that bit, oh, we're on the 6th of G. It's not, it's like this line is.
I mean, you could analyse it, but it's very.
I can, there's a G major line and the G major, but otherwise it's. It's not, I can't, it's not easy. So I have to remember it essentially as a set fingering. And that's why I write the things down in Guitar Pro, just so I've got a way of working it out. The Charlie Parker thing I played at the beginning, I went through 20 different versions of fingerings to try and get it up to full speed. There'd be like a certain part, I'd be playing it, I could get it up to 80% speed and I couldn't use it. So I go, right, I can't use this fingering for full speed. Let's try a different fingering. I try a different fingering. Oh, actually, now I can get it up to 100%. So I'm fine, I have to redo the fingerings a lot if I'm trying to do something again that's not been done before, because I don't have a reference apart from what my fingers are physically able to do. So I just had to slowly speed it up. That took me 3 weeks to get that Charlie Parker line down, so of working it out. Every night, about 1 or 2 hours, every night, try to work out bits, try to gradually get it up to speed. So it does take time. Same thing with a song like this one, I would have been given it would have taken me about a week to get the whole thing kind of work out what the fingering is I'm going to do, and then I'm going to try and work out how can I speed it up and get it up to tempo. But it does take that amount of time. But yeah, there's parts in there like. So I'm using open strings a lot as transitions into different sections, which is the other bit. Yeah, so I use the open A. Sorry?
When it's so quick, you've got to use open kind of notes.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So exactly, that's it. So because I had to get down to this note from all the way up here. Got that note and that note. Even though I've got the 6th string, I could actually technically play the whole thing here, but I just wanted, like, the next section I'm going to be down here, so I want to put myself into a position to get me down to there. So if I have open strings and I can use those in a line, that's a lot of the time what's helping me to shift position very quickly. Same with that one there. I was able to use the open D and A strings. But otherwise it's just a lot of time focused on making sure my technique is as efficient as possible. I guess that's the answer to how, is really, you see, I'm not putting, my fingers aren't doing any of this. It almost looks like I'm not playing. And I'm super relaxed, which sounds like very counterintuitive. Oh, it's fast, you've got to play intense. No, my hands are so relaxed because I can't play things if I'm trying to be tense. So that means a lot of the time I've got quite low action on the bass as well, and that helps me to kind of execute the things I'm trying to do. Because my concept is really, if I'm playing a legato, it wants to be about the same volume as whether I'm plucking it a legato. It wants to be about the same volume. And if I've got really high strings, there's no way I'm going to be able to actually play anything legato with that. Cool, let's try another song.